HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good Saturday evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with news from the police as detectives started the weekend investigating the country's 41st murder for the year. Police confirmed that the homicide happened on Wilson Street. That's off Hay Street. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll, provided us with information on the initial investigation.
Officers responded to the scene where they, in fact, met a male lying non-responsive with a large wound to the head. EMS responded to the scene where they pronounced the male lifeless, and our preliminary investigations now is suggesting that this male was at a local eatery on Blue Hill Road where we believe he was involved in an argument with another male who allegedly stabbed him to the head. This male then walked from this establishment on Blue Hill Road through here where he went to the pump to try and wash his face, and he collapsed right there, and that's where we found him.
And once again, Superintendent Roll is making an urgent appeal tonight to anyone that may have information on this murder to contact the police immediately.
We understand that several persons were out there getting food during the time when this fight took place. So we appeal to them to come forward and provide us the information necessary. We do appeal to persons when they have these disputes to, instead of taking those matters into their own hand, if they would give the police a call, we'd be more than happy to come and help them, as opposed to picking up weapons and trying to get into these situations. Usually this is the end result, and we're trying to avoid this. If persons would only reach out to the police that it is to help them.
Police were called to the Marshall Road area late this afternoon where they discovered the body of a man north of the ramp. Authorities learned that a man went to the area to cut jumbe for his animals, and while doing so, he discovered a man with a gunshot to the head laying on the western side of the road. Police say at this time they do not know the identity of the person. However, they're making an appeal to any families who may have a missing relative to call them as soon as possible. An active police investigation continues. Police are investigating the circumstances into the death of a man who was found unresponsive on a church property off Soldier Road. Authorities confirm that the man was discovered around 3:20 yesterday afternoon with injuries to the upper body. It is reported that before the man was discovered, he was reportedly heard requesting permission to obtain coconuts from a nearby tree. Police do not suspect foul play in the matter. However, an active police investigation continues. A 27-year-old male is detained in hospital tonight after reportedly being shot multiple times shortly after 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Police confirmed that the victim was at Sunset Park when he was reportedly approached and shot multiple times by the occupant of a silver Honda vehicle. Police say the victim's condition is unknown at this time. Police are appealing to members of the public who may have any information that can assist police to contact them. Several regional states are taking advantage of the Caribbean Court of Justice as opposed to the United Kingdom's Privy Council, considered to be the highest court of appeal. The Caribbean Court operates in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Belize, and Jamaica. But will the Christie administration ever consider the judicial change? We asked Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator Allison Maynard Gibson.
I know that this is a matter that will be seriously considered by the Constitutional Commission, and I suspect it might be one of the ones that is recommended for a matter of a referendum question.
Nurses working in the trauma room at the Princess Margaret Hospital commended for their quick response to a small electrical fire isolated to an electrical socket in the hospital's trauma room yesterday. A statement from the Public Hospitals Authority confirmed that the fire, which occurred at 5:25 p.m., appeared to be the result of an electrical shortage. According to Hospital Administrator Mary Walker, nurses working in the area saw a flashover emanating from the area where a defibrillator was plugged into an electrical outlet. threat. The hospital administrator confirmed that electrical engineers conducted a preliminary assessment of the incident and concluded that the electrical shortage was not related to the electrical socket, but the fault would appear to be associated with the equipment. Electrical power to the area was temporarily shut down for safety reasons. The Princess Margaret Hospital, and by extension the Public Hospitals Authority, assures its patients and the general public that services at the healthcare facility are operating as usual and no further disruptions are anticipated as a result of this matter. National Insurance Board officials confirming that the funds of the nation's Social Security program are intact and secure. NIB Public Relations Officer Pandora Butler credits the effective administration and management of NIB funds to its success. She noted that NIB officials ensure that funds from contributions and investments overlap, although there is a program in place in the event a deficiency arises.
Targeted date for that to have happened was 1999, 25 years. But because of good management, good investments, we were able to push that back. We reached it in 2009, but in 2009 already on the drawing board with these amendments set in force, in motion to address it.
Butler also pointed out that our national insurance program is one of the most generous in the region and the world. She said continuous efforts are made to amend certain policies for the short and long term.
Somebody would be entitled to a benefit, a long-term pension is what I'm talking about, invalidity, survivors, retirement. They would be entitled after paying only 3 years into the program. That was too generous. We knew we had to fix that. Okay, and then people were getting retirement early. They were getting it from 60, and the penalty for taking it early was not that severe, so people weren't daunted by the penalty, and so they continued to take it early. So these were some things we fixed.
And when the weekend edition continues, urban renewal starts a new league. That story coming up.